have the Avenue Home Collector's very own Melissa Sofia here today with possibly San Diego's best real estate agent of 2017. Please welcome Holly Sanders.
And boom, we are live. Welcome to the set, ladies. Great to have you here.
Always good to be here.
Melissa Sofia, is always great to have you. Holly Sanders, this is your first time on the show.
This is my first time on the show.
And this is all about you.
Kind of, a little bit.
Finalist
Yes.
for Best Real Estate Agent in San Diego 2017.
Yeah, I am a finalist.
Via the Union Tribune. Now that's a voted thing, right? Like that's
Yes, it's-
People's Choice Award.
Yeah,
type
People's Choice Award, reader voted, and someone nominated me, so thank you. But yeah, so hopefully we'll find out when I place.
Thing. Are you nervous?
I'm a little bit nervous.
A little bit nervous?
Find
Find
out
out soon. Is she?
I know.
Is
We'll
she?
figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Well, that's obviously a big deal. So congratulations
Thank
to you on
you.
that.
Thank you.
You want to tell us the hair? What's the hair color here?
It's rainbow.
Unicorn?
Unicorn, mermaid, galaxy, whichever. I'm okay, whatever description. But I like being fun. You
I
know?
like it. Well, I
And
like colors too, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I never noticed that about you, Derek.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known. But I'm not colorblind or anything. But you know, I like doing what's fun. You know.
Being
and
fun.
Yeah.
See, when you are one of San Diego's best agents, if not the best agent, you can color your hair whatever you want.
I have confidence. Yes, I am confident enough in myself that I will do my hair whatever color I want.
I like it a lot. I like
Change
it a
it
lot.
like it's nail polish.
You know, when I first put the orange carpet in here, some people walked in and they were like, "Oh." And
Hello,
some people walked in and they were
1970s.
like, "Yes."
No, it's happy. It's good.
Right, I like
Colors
it.
is great.
I love it.
Thanks.
So
And I like
what?
your shirt
Thank you.
and tie.
What is? Anything else? I'm
Your
gonna
glasses
be
are
Your
quiet.
eyeballs, you have
The
that.
clarity of my glasses.
Yes,
You
the
see how
clarity of
clear
your
it is?
glasses are amazing.
Are there frames in there? She's poking me.
I was very tempted.
It's just made to make you look smarter.
Awesome.
We know.
So, I mean, what? Honestly, though, like, this is a big award situation. Even being a finalist
Right.
is a huge deal. I mean, what do you attribute something like that to? Like, how do you get to that level?
We're so proud of Holly.
Oh, thanks. I'm kind of proud of myself too, you know, and I have a lot of confidence in myself. And, you know, my demographic is working with families and especially kids with special needs because I myself have a son who is on the spectrum. Autism spectrum disorder is what they call it now.
Gotcha.
So, you know, that's really my specialty. That's really who I try to work with, and I try and make everything relaxing as possible and fun for the kids. I tell people, bring your kids along on the house hunt, you know. Don't try and find childcare. It's so hard for that these days, and it's going to be the child's home too. So they should be involved as well.
Interesting.
But,
so you bring the kids to the showings.
Exactly. Bring kids to the showings, and I will entertain them so the parents can walk through the house and, you know, really get a feel for it and just focus on that. But other than that too, you know, I feel like real estate should be more of like a whole concierge service. I'm here to really cater and help the entire family, not just the transaction of buying a real estate.
Yeah.
As her broker, I just love hearing this so much because it's so important to me to find agents to bring into the family of our brokerage that really care. You know, there's so many agents who are just numbers focused and focused on just the money-making aspect, which obviously we are here to make our clients the most money possible. But what makes the true difference in you know, having an agent who you feel good to work with is someone who really cares about, you know, what you're doing. This is a huge purchase. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, I specialize in investors, I specialize in first-time home buyers. Well, you know, I'm really proud to say a lot of our agents, we focus on specializing on our clients. You know, it's about the individual that's in the process. And we make them feel, you know, at least we strive to make them feel, and I encourage my agents to make them feel like they are our most important client. They are our only client. You know, we're here for you. So I think that is definitely, you know, one of the reasons why San Diego's, you know, voted on, you know, her being such a wonderful agent, you know, because we're focused and she's focused on helping a family, you know, get what their next step, get their dream home. You know, even if it's a family who's facing a lot of challenges, like a family with a child with special needs.
How millennial of her.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not about
Right?
the big brands. It's
No,
not
it's
about,
not.
you know,
It's
the,
true.
the flash and pizzazz of it. It really is. We are moving into a world where our culture is focused on service and quality. It's more about that than about all the other fluff.
I can tell you, it's still not about that in Europe. We have such a. I just came back from
Yeah.
12 days.
Doesn't it make
And-
you totally change your view on life in
I
general?
can't believe.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But you go there
It makes
and
you
can-
question your life.
It really does. Like how will the United States be in 200 years? Because we're a young country. Just in these places like 5, 6, 7, 800, 1,000, 1,200 years they've been there, and the people won't even smile back at you on the street.
Yeah.
And you come here and you smile at people. So we have it great here to begin with. But seeing that we're also seeing exactly what this is taking it to the next level of that. Like we're not satisfied with just being okay with how things are going.
Yeah.
We want things to be extraordinary.
Right.
Talking about bringing kids on the showings,
Yeah.
that's super new school,
Yeah.
right? Because the whole old school idea was, no, the kids will mess
will
it up,
exactly.
and they'll be in the way. You'll be worried about
They
the
won't
kids.
let
you
me
be
talk about the
focused.
kitchen, and
Yeah.
no, it's such a family thing. I think
Yeah.
it's great to have your kids come along, and especially when you are helping a family with a child on the spectrum, you want to, it can be a hard process because they're not in their routine and they're out of their element, but you're including them,
Right.
and it's not easy to find childcare. So
It's not. And you'd be surprised by how many people still are unaware of autism and what it is and the prevalence of it. So, my goal, so I'm obviously a very big autism advocate, especially for my son, but so many people still don't understand what it entails. And having an agent that has that firsthand experience and the patience and also the skills to handle certain situations with a child with special needs is extremely important, I mean, just because the child has special needs, it doesn't mean you should exclude them from the house hunt, bring them along. They need to be able to see what's going to be possibly their home too, not just all of a sudden show up one day and it's completely new, because that could be detrimental,
That's a good point.
yeah.
You guys have
Children
both
on the
said
spectrum are
the spectrum. Is that
Yeah.
a new word? Like a
yeah,
new
you really just
lingo?
call it a spectrum because no two children with autism are completely alike.
Gotcha.
And so that's why they've changed it to autism spectrum disorder, because one child could be in the middle of the spectrum, one could be on the higher end of the spectrum. It's just completely different. But all in all, it is a neurobiological disorder, and it just affects how kids and adults now too, take in their environment and respond appropriately to certain situations.
and this is a big thing. It affects it's
One
one out
in-
of 68.
1 in 64 children
one in
are diagnosed
64.
with ASD now.
Wow.
Yeah. So
It's a lot of
even more
families.
important. Yeah, that's a ton, a buttload of families. Like it's so important to bring awareness to this, and then also just have agents like us who are willing to just and totally okay with bring everybody.
You want to
You
eliminate
need to be
the fear.
open. Yeah, you need to be open to taking care of everybody.
There's a
not
lot of
just the real
fear
estate
based
transaction.
in the process. There are a lot of families who don't even consider moving because they're like, we can't take our child out of the home that they know. They're afraid of halting progress. And, Holly, for one, just moved in the past year. So
Now I really have firsthand experience with that.
Yeah, that's another big question. Because you're talking
Yeah.
about just showing a house, that's one thing. But what about moving with a child who has special needs?
As soon as you enter escrow on the home that you love, which I could really get your offer accepted, there are plenty of steps and tips to take in preparing that child. Preparation is, you have to prepare them ahead of time. Children on the spectrum are creatures of habit. They love routine and schedule and sameness. So letting them know ahead of time that this is the new home that we're going to be moving to, and showing them pictures. If you're in escrow, then obviously you should be able to get pictures of the house itself, their bedroom.
Hopefully they've gone with you.
Yes,
Right.
hopefully
To
they've
make
gone
that
with you so
decision.
that you could, include them in that decision. And one of the tools that I actually really love using with my son is called social stories. And these are little booklets that you could create yourself. And if you're a really good artist, you could draw them yourself. But
Stick
What
figures
if
for
you're
me.
not?
if you're not, you could go online and just, Google
Trace
social
some stuff.
stories. Yeah, trace. Or you could even be
Stick
like,
figures, a picture of your
Yeah.
kid's face.
exactly.
That would be my artistic
I'm
endeavor.
afraid
Oil
that it would be
paintings.
traumatic if I did that.
But it
not
could
me,
it could really be simple. I've made them on like college, ruled paper, lined paper. You just draw really
So
quickly.
it's more conceptual.
Exactly. Anything. So like for my son, I did. We are going to be moving, in however many days. And moving means we get a new house, and when we're moving, everything is positive in these social stories. That's something that you also have to keep in mind. But they could be 4 pages. It just really quickly explains to them what this means, what moving means,
And keeping them
And-
aware of the process and, just the
Right.
countdown of, how close you are to actually moving.
Yeah.
I know Holly did, was it
It's those paper rings. I did a whole bunch of paper rings representing the days to moving day, and he got to rip off a ring every single day. And that just kind of gave him, because they're very visual. Children on the spectrum could be very, at least mine is. But, and also having a physical calendar, not on your phone, but like the old school ones that are like very rare
Actual
these
calendar.
days.
what's that?
Yeah, exactly.
Daytimer.
Really, highlight it, have them really visually see that you're crossing out the days to get to moving day. And then on moving day, show them images ahead of time of packed boxes and the moving truck. Even if you're going to get a U-Haul, get a picture of an actual U-Haul, or whatever moving company you're going to use. But that way they could put an image to the word moving. They're hearing this word moving all the time, but they need to be able to see it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So to be able to digest the images of the experience ahead of time, essentially.
Right.
So they're not seeing it for the first time
And
the
wondering,
day of the move.
Right, and wondering why is everybody taking all these things out of my house,
Where's my room going?
Exactly.
Well,
know.
that sounds like it's a totally different process than most agents are probably used to.
Yeah.
And so because you have experience with that, it could be extremely helpful for someone who's doing that.
And I could help illustrate things. I like to doodle.
Are you a good drawer?
She's amazing.
Drawer. No, I'm a good doodler.
No, she's an artist.
Yes, but
You are.
no, kind of. I don't know.
You should see.
Yeah, one of these days.
Well, it's an art form, and this is you talked about advocacy before. I mean, this is a huge way to advocate because that's something that really does not exist. I mean, a lot of people, and you'll see it from time to time, some people won't know what they're seeing.
Exactly.
I know when I see it, at Target or whatever.
Yeah.
And for most people, and I say most people, I mean most agents, there'd be sort of an uncomfortable situation.
Right. They
Like
can be
they
insensitive.
wouldn't know what to do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they could just be like, you need to tell your child to stop touching that or stop spinning in circles or something, like so many people have no idea, and that's great. That makes me like super happy that you can see it and spot it, but so many people still don't, and
Sometimes they'll think a child is misbehaving.
yeah,
They'll
take it as a behavioral thing, and it's like, no, they can't help it.
Yeah.
But I think those are some really great tips, and just
Yeah.
awareness is a huge thing. And setting up your child's room was another.
Yeah. Well, first of all, on moving day, I can't stress it enough, is that safety is priority. And like I said, all kids on the spectrum could be different, but my son loves to seek out heights, and that involves climbing boxes and then also jumping off of them. So safety is priority if you can, and I'll even help you too. If you need someone to help watch your child, to just focus on your child so you could just focus on moving, that's number one. And then one of the really good things to do is, if you get to the home first and unpack their room completely and try and make it so it's configured in the exact same way as the old home, And that way when they get to their room, they'll see it's like, oh, it's just like my other room, just in a different house, you know? And one of the most important things that you could do, and we forgot this when we had our move, of course, you know, I tell other people, but for me, I forgot. Pack your child's most prized items and items of comfort last in a completely separate box, and just have that with you in the car. Like, don't put it in the truck or anything, because your son or your daughter, you know, and again, this actually works for all families. All these tips work for all families with children. That way they have it first, and you're not digging around trying to find it in boxes.
Yeah, that would be a
and
nightmare.
panicking.
That would be a nightmare.
Panicking, which a lot of panic. I know that firsthand.
Ensues.
Yeah, not good. Not what you want to have happen on that
No,
day. There's
yeah,
enough
and
stress going on that day.
For serious, yeah.
So, when will we find out? Has the voting closed, by the way, for this?
Final voting has closed for it, yes. So, finalist, at least I know I'm a finalist, but I will know if I am number one on August 27th.
August 27th. Okay,
27th.
well, that's a ways off. Okay.
Yes.
Well, the question mark is still hanging up there, but I would love to change it to an exclamation point. So you let me know.
I think you can.
You think so?
I don't know.
She's
Hopefully.
confident. Well,
I am confident.
this is obviously a big deal. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
so many levels. You're providing a service extremely needed, and I hope this gets to a lot of the right people
you.
out there in the world of the internet. Melissa, Sofia, thank you so much for coming in today. and bringing
Absolutely.
Holly
Thanks
with
for
you.
having us.
This has been
Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah.
Thank you all for
Thank you
tuning in.
so much.
We appreciate it. We're out.
Bye.